Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Dean, and I am from Rave Publications. Thank you for joining us here on the Smart Stage at CEDIA Expo. Today, I am joined by Rich Charshan, who is with AcousticSmart, and the author of Home Theaterology. How are you, Rich?
I'm doing great, and thank you guys for waiting here, whoever's here. I do appreciate you guys waiting, considering we're a little late.
Yes, thank you. So, Rich, tell us a little bit about the book and and also your background.
Right. So I have a company called AcousticSmart Home Theater Interiors, and we specialize in building and designing private cinemas all over the country. Mm-hmm. And we partner with AV dealers like the ones in this, the ones at CEDIA, to take all the hassle out of building these rooms so they can concentrate on the audio, and we handle the theater designing, the layout of the seating, and the manufacturing of all the interiors. And we try to make the process as easy as possible, so while they're building the next room, we're there right behind them, getting that room built for them.
Yeah. And so you probably work closely with a number of integrators, like you said.
Absolutely. Yeah, most of these guys are my friends, my buddies. They've been with me forever, and they've been with us since the beginning, almost 27 years ago. I just saw somebody who I haven't seen, and I don't know how long, in Colorado that I must have met maybe 18 years ago. I'm kind of dating myself, but it's funny. His name is George Harrison. So, I'm a big fan of the Beatles, so I always got a kick out of his name.
Yeah. So, you've drawn on your experience, and you tell me a little bit about how you came to author the book and also your collaborators on the book.
So I wasn't really planning on doing a book, and I was going around the country specifying, meeting with architects, and I noticed in certain parts of the United States they weren't really specifying or really interested in doing private cinemas, any theaters. They thought it was on the way out, and they thought that, they have these LED walls, so let's just do a big TV and a couch, mm-hmm. And that just wasn't good enough for me, and I kind of like lit up my brain, and I said, well, we got to do something about this, because there's screen manufacturers here, and there's a lot of the projector manufacturers, and they create real cinema, And what we want to do is we want to duplicate what you see in a commercial theater right in your home.
In the home.
We don't want it to be a spectator where you're looking at a screen and you're hearing everybody talking around you. I want people to get excited about doing theaters again. Mm-hmm. So I took it upon myself. I financed the whole thing. It was 4 years of blood, sweat, and tears. And I said, we're going to create a book, and we're going to, whatever money we earn from the book, we're going to put into the hands of all the architects and interior designers around the country, and we're going to educate them. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get them to specify more theaters. So more theater rooms are being built, and the AV dealers are healthy, and they're doing the thing that they love, which is building theaters.
So you mentioned education. Tell me a little bit about kind of what's actually in the book, kind of like a sneak peek.
Yeah. So the book is super, super cool. It's got amazing, amazing pictures in it. Photographed by some of the top people in the industry, and I didn't want it to be just a picture book. I really wanted it to be to have a little bit of education. So if somebody was going through the book and they were looking to build a theater, they would understand the importance of acoustics. There's a section on that. There's also a section on, through some of my friends, some of the top people in the industry. They're all up here. Joel Silver, Theo Calamarakis, John Bishop, Anthony Grimani, who are top acousticians, top calibrators. Why do you need to calibrate the audio? Why do you need to calibrate the video? What's so important about that? What is it? What is acoustics? Things that people don't think about. So we wanted them to educate, others, including AV dealers, who sometimes they don't calibrate rooms the way they should. Mm-hmm. And the importance of doing it, because every room that we do now counts more than ever. And it should be a showroom. Every room should be like the ultimate cinema.
Yeah. So I think there's 15 maybe examples within
Yes.
the book. And are they just in the U.S. or where are they located?
Well, we've done work all over the country. We've done work in the south of France, in London, but these are all in the United States.
Okay.
And some are pretty tricked out, some are pretty crazy, I must say. Not really planned to be like that because we're not really a theme company, but we wanted to show how fun it could be also. So we have a Lord of the Rings themed theater, which was, which honestly, when we got that, I was like, this is going to be nuts, and how are we going to do this? But we did it.
How long did that project take?
It took us about 1.5 years, and Mark, who's my architect, is right here. He wanted to kill me when we got that job. But yeah, we were able to do it, and the guy was a real fan. Like he was such a fan that when he used his email, when he used to email us, he didn't go by his real name.
Oh gosh.
He used the character from the Game of Thrones as his email. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, I mean, I have amazing stories.
I'm sure.
But anyway, the room came out great, and it sounds great, and it's killer. And he did a Game of Thrones room before we did this room, and the guy who did it was very talented at making it look great, but it did not sound good. So we took it up a notch, and the results were more than impressive.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just kind of going back to home theater design and everything, what is one key takeaway that you'd like anyone who reads this book or anyone who watches this recording to know about? Yeah,
well, you know, the message is clear to me, and that's to do what you love, you know. And, you know, I really can't stress enough, you know, that we need to support each other in this market. We need to be here to support one another, and we need to concentrate on doing more home theater around the country. And, you know, anytime somebody says you should put a 100-inch TV in a room that requires 3 rows of seats, we need to talk them out of that. And we need to let people know that there's a difference between, you know, having an immersive experience and having a big TV and a screen. It's not the same. And I consider what we do to be the ultimate luxury. I have clients that I haven't talked to in 10 years, and I'll see them on the street, and I'll see them at like an event, or they'll just call me and they'll tell me, I love you. They'll literally give me a hug and they'll say, I love you. And I'll be like, why do you love me? He says, because I didn't want to do this. I thought it was going to be for the kids. It's my favorite room in the house, and I can't thank you enough. And now some of them are on their second or third theater with me. It's a rewarding field.
Yeah, well, that's great. Thank you so much for chatting with me and letting us know a little bit more about the book. You can get your own signed copy by going to, what's the website?
It's hometheaterology.net, or you can go to my my website, AcousticSmart.com, and you'll see a link there. But we're going to be all over this floor, and we're going to be at the Kaleidoscape booth tomorrow. We're going to be at Apex Technologies, and they have amazing, amazing product there. So we'll be doing book signings there. And we're going to be at Mad VR and Storm Audio, who's also a sponsor. We're going to be there tomorrow as well at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to be around, and come and say hi, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Oh.
Oh.
Is there a question?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
There's a book signing right here.
Signing is right here in the corner, over there.
Almost forgot. Yeah. So if anybody wants a book, come on by and we'll sign them, whatever we got.
Yep.
And thank you for supporting home theater, because that's what this is about, and that's the thing I love. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you all.